right tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe there's a current consecutive snap streak of like 17,000 snaps where he hasn't given up a sack. He's an absolute dog. Ladies and gentlemen, Lane Johnson.
Yay!
What's going on, guys?
Lane, thank you for joining us, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Just practiced a little bit in the Eagles PR room, chatting up with you guys, and then we got a little mini vacation, and then see who we play next week.
Okay, so let's talk about practice. Are you practicing full speed right now with that abdomen? Everybody's expecting you to come back next week. Is that real or no? What's going on?
See, what's funny is that it wasn't my gut. I tore my groin, so my adductor. So
oh shit.
So like before I got out of my MRI, it was like already tweeted out. I'm like, how the hell did they tweet this out and it's wrong? And but no, I felt good today. Like just movement stuff. Next week I'll do good on good. So I'll find out next week. But I'm confident I'll be able to play.
So it's your groin. It's not your abdomen. Groin much not. We would rather abdomen than groin, I think, right? Personally.
Groin rather than like a core like hernia surgery. That'd be worse than this.
Okay, so groin
Nick,
better. We're good with this. Groin's better.
Yeah, good. Bosa had this last year. Nick had this and then got it fixed. I think it's like a 2-month recovery. So after the surgery, so it won't be too bad.
Where are we at right now with you? 6'5"?
Yeah, we hadn't had the surgery yet, but I feel I'll get after the season.
So you're playing next week, or what do we think?
I'm playing. That's the
Let's go! Yeah, what a dog, dude.
Yeah. What is it? Wrap this thing up and see what happens.
What is it? Just pain tolerance, or is it stability, power? What is it?
Yeah. Well, since that thing's not working, then the other muscles take over. They're compensating for it. So I don't know. We'll see. If I get bull rushed to the ground, that may be it. We'll see.
I don't think that'll happen. AJ, go ahead, bro.
What are your plans for this weekend? You're going to be watching all the games, and do you guys care who you play?
I'll have an eye on it. I'm probably going to be in Atlantic City. I don't know, trying to win a little bit of money.
Hell yeah!
I don't know, having a little vacation, but I don't know. I think we have a possibility to play Tampa, Dallas, and then the winner of the Seahawks,
Niners, Giants,
Seahawks, and Giants, I believe.
Yeah. No, he's not paying attention to any of it. You shouldn't be. How's the building? You guys got to feel good. I mean, Jalen back, you're back. Seemingly all arrows pointing towards.
All is well.
It does, right? It does feel like that is the case. Is that how Sirianni's treating this? Obviously, you got a mini vacation. Boys, get away. We got a big voyage we got to go on the other side of this. You're not getting any checks because you have a bye week. Everybody else gets a check. It's wild. But How is Sirianni handling this situation? Because obviously this is his first time in this situation.
Yeah, well, I feel like, the previous 2 weeks, besides this one, we lost. So I'm not saying losses are good, but I feel like we can learn a lot from it. I'd rather it happen then than, in the playoffs. So, the first round bye is huge. People getting healthy, people that were banged up during the season. So that's big. And then really, they had a couple practices the past 2 days, just focusing on the ball security, all the fundamental stuff, and then get a little rest, and then back Monday. So I guess we're either playing Saturday or Sunday, so we'll find out soon enough.
You have a couple Bud Lights over there?
Bud Lights.
Well, hey, we came to the Bud Light family today, man. We're so honored to be a part of your team.
Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. And enjoy thoroughly.
It is, isn't it? Right? Drink responsibly, obviously. Drink responsibly. But it is delicious. You're from Oklahoma, right?
From Texas, but I went to Oklahoma.
But you live out in but you're
out in the sticks out in Oklahoma.
Yeah, so I'm from like the East Hills of Pittsburgh. He's from Iowa. He's from Boston. You're from the fucking sticks out there in the Southwest. Everybody loves it's the best. Everybody loves it.
Oh, everybody.
It doesn't discriminate. Everybody can join in and enjoy this thing.
Yeah, you're damn right. How long you been with Bud Light? What?
I guess since the Super Bowl, so 2017. Well, they asked me before the season, what would you do if you won the Super Bowl? I said, I don't know, give beer out to everybody, and then we won, and then people wanted their beer, and so we gave it to them.
Ty has a question for you, Lane.
Yeah, Lane, how different is the team this year as opposed to last year? You guys obviously get into the playoffs, and you have Brady in the first round, and it's still a young team. Jalen obviously is made leaps and bounds since last year, but how much different do things feel this year going into the playoffs than they did last year?
It was a lot better. Last year, I think we started like 2-5, and we ended up like 9-7, so barely squeaking into the playoffs. Where this year was a lot was a lot better. I mean, you could really tell during the off season we made some acquisitions and got some talent, and really just had a good all around team, offense, defense. But yeah, I mean, right now it's really about focusing, enjoy this weekend, and then get back to work because I mean this is where it gets serious. So we're ready for it.
What's your head coach, Sirianni? We talked about him a lot on this show from the day he got the gig there. What's it been like from when he got there until now? Is he still the same dude? I would assume, like, every time we've either talked to him or we see him speaking to the media, like, the dude's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he just talks about that dog mentality, having a dog mentality all the time, No, what it feels like is like all of our coaches are young, so it feels like I got a bunch of like Lance Harbors and Moxons as our coaches, like varsity Blues. That's what it feels like. No, one thing that's really great about it is I feel like the communication is really good. So if he gives like a shitty speech or something, we'll be like, that wasn't really that good. So he's pretty good about that. He's dishing it out, and he'll ask, how was that one? And then we'll give him an honest response. So it's pretty cool.
That's an amazing relationship for players and coaches to have, and obviously you've had a lot of success. You think this works everywhere or just with this particular group?
I mean, we were even doing it last year. Things weren't going good, so it stayed pretty consistent. I mean, this year has definitely been fun. We won a lot, but really, even last year when we weren't doing as well, he just doubled down on the coaching points. Being accountable, being close to your teammates. And that's what he really preaches and practicing hard. I mean, what else are you going to do?
Has that flower grown through the manure and through the dirt and through the grass? Is that flower out yet, or is that just Super Bowl flower?
It turns out it wasn't a flower. It's one of those types of bamboo that like lays dormant for like 6 years and then finally sprouts like 6 feet overnight. That's what we were. So we were hidden in the dirt for a long time, Pat. We didn't see a whole lot of nothing for a while.
Well, that's that patience.
Finally we got something to see.
Well, that's the patience because you got to water it every single day.
That's right.
You got to water it every single day. I'm sure Sirianni's told you guys. The bamboo tree is a perfect example of what a beautiful patience can bring you. You got to water it every day. You ain't seeing shit, and all of a sudden, bam, that thing's a skyscraper. You got bamboo all of a sudden. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just doing a little pass set. My pass set, we all know, top of the line.
Undefeated.
Top of the line. There's some groin in there, laying in there. There's some groin in there.
There's a lot of groin in there.
There really is. Yeah, I was as you guys were talking.
Kind of the most. You use your groin in the most positions, the most in any position. I feel like.
I was looking at your stance. Your stance is real staggered, so you're probably like going to pass. If it was closer, then it's going to be a run.
No, I'm not tipping
you're
play.
tipping.
I'm not tipping play. I'm not Trent
Yeah, you
Williams.
are.
I'm not Trent
Yeah, you
Williams. Hey, do you keep in touch with any of the offensive linemen around the league, or just your guys like Kelsey and everybody?
No, I stay in touch with Trent. A lot of the guys like the O-line masterminds, Teron, Armstead, some of those guys that are in the same class as me. That's really about it. But usually it's in the off season because during the season you just have so much going on. But during the off season we link up.
Are you guys working on shit together, or talking, or just drinking Bud Light?
Wide.
Just bullshitting, really. The O-line masterminds is pretty cool because you get a bunch of former players and then current players. Like we had Olin Kreutz last year, who's a character. A lot of characters go there, so I just kind of sit back and just observe what has come to the show.
Connor, your question for Lane Johnson.
Yeah, Lane, a month or two ago, the Eagles O-line kind of went big when they started that Christmas album. Have you guys always been big singers, or who was kind of at the forefront of starting that?
Malata's always been a big singer. He went on the Masked Singer, I think, was it this year or last year? This year. So he's always been able to sing. Kelsey and I have always been like, we sit in our locker and bullshit and sing. So, we have our limits, but, I thought it was going to be a big joke until we got into the recording studio. I was like, dude, what the hell am I doing here? And then I know, seriously, we got drunk and then started singing. I mean, that's the only way I could because we got in the mic and it was just like it's so weird hearing yourself sing for the first time. Like it's one thing to sing in the shower and think you're doing it good, and then you're actually singing in the mic and you have somebody judging you. So it was. Yeah, I was more nervous before that than the damn football game.
Hey, way to face your fear.
Yeah.
It came out great. That's a tough situation.
It was cool. Yeah, it was cool. I never thought I'd be some part of that, but it was cool how it turned out.
Yeah, and it was cool to do. I think it raised money for a great cause as well. But like you having to sit there and listen as they run it back, and then they're going to play it again, and
Yeah.
and then they're going to run it back and go, all right, we're going to do that again. It's like, yeah, I thought so. Yeah. That's what I sound like, by the way. Golly, that is, let me have a couple
I
more.
was like, I don't think they put any like auto tune or anything. I was like, is there anything y'all can add to this? Like, this is a big studio. I know y'all do a bunch of this stuff for artists. You do it for us too, damn it, but they didn't.
I have an app that I can just sing into. It makes me sound like T-Pain. You guys don't have that?
T-Pain, the T-Pain app.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, you know, it is that used to be a great time, obviously, as is winning games. I couldn't even fathom how much fun your team has. A.J. Brown, he seems like to be a hilarious human. There's a conversation that is on Mic'd Up about the wide receivers talking shit to each other because somebody got caught. Obviously, Kelsey and the New Heights podcast is fucking awesome with him and Travis Kelsey. Every time you come on here, you're electrifying. Sirianni is hysterical. You got CJ GJ on the defensive side of the ball, like one of the best shit talkers in history.
He talks so much shit.
So great, too. He talks great shit, too. Like, he gets people. It's not just like some shit talk. It's like ruining shit talk. You got Slay there. That team seems awesome. It's like a Pro Bowl, but it's fucking awesome. Is it the greatest locker room you've ever been a part of, you think? Or is that too early to judge?
Just a Pro Bowl roster of shit talkers, talent, different backgrounds. They're funny, and everybody brings their own sort of energy. Like Slay's like fucking Mike Epps. I call Gardner Johnson Lil Boosie when he gets on his shit talking roast. We have a bunch of different characters. O-line's more quiet during the games mostly. We don't talk as much trash. AJ, you know that. So, yeah, O-line's pretty quiet. Most time, DBs, receivers, different ball game out there.
How about in the locker room, though, day to day? You guys are having a blast over there, I assume? Everybody good times?
Yeah, I mean, most time the O-line guys are hurting. Like, Isaac's hurting, I'm hurting. And sometimes I'll like, talk to Isaac, and he don't say shit to me back. And I'll be, hey, man, screw you. Humbug to you.
Yeah.
So I do that a lot to him. He don't say a whole lot anyway.
I love that, asking an offensive lineman. So you guys having a good time? Good time, bro. I can't fucking walk. Get out of here. Yeah, dude.
Good time trying to get my face ran through. Yeah, great time.
Tone has a question for you, Lane. Probably the last one here.
Lane, you guys referenced 2017, and we watched before the NFC Championship and the how awesome that was in the pregame meetings and stuff like that. What's the differences and the comparisons to that 2017 locker room?
I feel like we're similar. Just I feel like the blend of veteran players with the younger crowd, of the younger generation coming up. So I feel that. I feel like we're very talented, but every year is different. You know, my thing is I try not to compare too much from this year to that year. But as far as like roster and the talent, I feel like pretty similar. And, you know, what I remember about that year going into the playoffs is like we didn't have a whole lot to lose because we weren't expected to do much because Foles is out or Carson was out and Foles is in. So I felt like the pressure was off, but we played loose. That's one thing I remember is like we played loose, and I feel like that's what we got to do here to be the best we can. Don't try to play to people's expectations or the crowd noise. Just try to be who we've been all year.
Hell yeah.
Lane, last thing for me. What's it like especially I guess you probably have to go back to camp to remember, but going against your front seven, going against this defense, like what was that like, especially early in camp? I would imagine Sirianni has you guys banging when you're allowed to. How much better do you think that makes you guys?
It makes you, I mean, as far as getting ready for the season, it makes you, I think, as prepared as you want to be. In the moment, you want to retire and go home and go fishing. No, during that, I mean, I could tell that we had a really good group. You know how it is. First couple weeks of camp, you see what kind of team you're going to have. So I could tell early on that we were going to be talented, and not only talented, but have like a lot of depth. Usually teams will, you know, the first team will have all their aces, and the rotational guys is a drop off. But with us, I feel like it hasn't been really all year.
Last question here. Do you guys take pride in being the ones that basically have reinvigorated the quarterback sneak and made it not only just a 1-yard play or half-yard play, maybe a 15-yard play if you need to? What's the discussion around that? I know you're on the outside. That's not really always your thing, but the O-line, massive piece of this whole thing. What are your thoughts on it?
I love it. You know, we converted, I think, probably like 98%. The only downside is I think I started the season around 6'6". I'm thinking about 6'2" now.
Yeah.
I saw my head bob down.
I saw Kelsey's ass Okay, it was
Yeah.
what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Bears?
I think it was a touchdown or whatever, and they showed the guy running on the field with the camera or whatever. Everybody celebrating and happy. Kelsey literally just walking off the field like
Yeah.
he gave a high five to somebody while they were going. He just got his fucking. It's like he's so good at it, and the reason why I think it works so well is because of the ability to get low with how athletic you all are. But the beating that's going to the top of your head and the back of your butt, I mean, I'm happy to hear you lost some inches. It's fantastic what you guys have been able to do, and not a lot of people have been able to do it. Is it just a mentality, Lane? What is it?
Yeah, man, what's funny is that sometimes when we run that play, we usually don't have a nose, but if we have a nose, they run a diamond front. Kels will go up to the line mid-game, go, "Fuck my life," and then he'll and point the backers. So he's done that a bunch of times during the year. So, yeah, man, he's a character. But yeah, he does do that in games. So, pretty neat.
Okay, so it was an accurate read of what was going on. That makes sense. We appreciate you, buddy. All-Pro, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champ, maybe another one. Good luck with the Grundle. Good luck with the weekend. Good luck with the playoffs, pal.
All right, guys, drink responsibly. You'll have a good one.
Hell yeah.
Word?
Word.
Cheers to you. Lane Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,